Like, okay, change of plans, guys. You see, I went to check out the east and north tunnels, and well, let's just say that the infrastructure past the old world border has not improved one slight bit. And I just a bit too nervous to be trying to go on a 1 or even 2 block wide netherrack like bridge over a massive lake of lava. So until I or someone else can get around to widening the path with stone slabs at the very least, make it at least like 3 to 5 blocks wide, I think I'm going to hold off, on doing the portal shelters until then. In the meantime, I think what I will do is something I was planning on doing if I had time, which it looks like I am now. Namely, there is a shipwreck to the west, a decent ways outside the world border, so well more than far enough outside the world border, I should say, that is guaranteed to be regenerated every time they reset the world border. So what I figured I'd do is go and salvage the Hulk, and I brought my inner chest, which has my bed and everything in it. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go head on out that direction if I can actually start swimming, and I'll see you guys once I get there. Time to plunder this bounty. Okay, this be here, not the ye ship that I was looking for, but she'll do. Arr. Especially since it's a lot closer than the one that I'd initially spotted. So let me put down my blank shulker box here real quick and start loading it up with goodies. Yeah, go figure, finding suspicious stew on a whoop. Need to surface real quick, but yeah, go figure, finding suspicious stew in a ship's galley. I ate some of that once when I was in the Navy. I think it gave me food poisoning one time. Yeah, let's see, it's time to start salvaging these empty chests here first. Of course, it would probably been a huge help if I'd have thunked of it. Oh, hey, Captain's cabin. Well, there's a lot of useless stuff in this one, and a buried treasure map. Let's see if this buried treasure map's even remotely... No, it doesn't look like it's anywhere even close by, but we'll take another gander at that in here in a little bit. Now, the general idea... Oops, didn't mean to put my buried treasure map away, because I want to see if I can find this treasure here real quick. Okay. And, oh, look, it's getting dark. Let's see. There's some nearby land that we can lubber away to. Set up our salvage operation on the shore here. You gotta be kidding me. Where is this monster nearby? Okay, I guess we won't be setting up camp here after all then. Of course, if I was really smart, what I'd have done was bring my prismarine along, since I finally have a second conduit, and build a conduit on that old ship there. But you know what? Since there's some hidden skeletons underground there, I think I'll just set up here, and yeah, I'm sleeping underwater like a pro. Yeah, we'll see about setting up this kind of little base operation-y thing here in the hold. And I could have swore I had some pumpkins. Oops. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's try there we go. Nope, that's not the one that has my pumpkins on. Where on earth is all my jack-o'-lanterns? I need to be able to... Yeah, there we go. Let's get some light on this subject here. But yeah, as you can see, this shipwreck here is mostly intact, which is perfect for my purposes. You see, I want to salvage the Hulk. Arr, salvage this Hulk here, matey. Yeah, okay, enough with the bad pirate accents, I know. But what I was thinking about doing is I want to rebuild it back at the wooden pier at my base, but I'm thinking I want to maybe make the hole either... I don't know, I'd say this is about a good width maybe for the hole. Maybe make it like 1 block wider. You know, or I should say 2 blocks wider, and then maybe like 3 or 4 longer. And I should have enough wood along, you know, the various types, along with, you know, whatever is salvaged from here, to actually do that. So, I'm thinking... Ooh, did I plunder that chest yet? Yeah, that's not what I meant to do there, game. I mean, yeah, we're gonna be plundering this anyways, but I figured it'd be kind of good idea to also get some screenshots. And I'm starting to drone again. Yeah, this game server's being a bit laggy because there's a lot of people on today. But anyways, what I'm planning on doing is taking a few screenshots to get the general shape of the hole down before I destructificate it, even though they have like blueprints for it on the Minecraft wiki. And then I'm going to demolish this entire structure, pack it in my shulker boxes, and take it back to my base and start rebuilding it. So, time to get cracking with that, and I'll see you once I get, you know, somewhere close to done with it. We got this Hulk here salvaged, so time to pick up all of our shulker boxes and what have you, and head on back to Beinbrechsburg, Torfmoor. As soon as I can break that stupid inner chest. And of course, I don't want to forget my bed, even though it's kind of fun sleeping with the fishes, huh? Alright, time to head in a easterly direction, and I'll see you when I get back to the base. Hello, what have we got here? Looks like we found a set of underwater ruins here. Another shipwreck on the way back. So I guess it's a good thing I hadn't decided to stop recording quite yet, even though this loot's kind of junk. But, you know, we'll take it. Well, like the loot inside that ruin was kind of junk, but we'll see what this shipwreck has to hold, or has in its hold at any rate. Yeah, we'll definitely take all this. Actually, where's my? Need to throw down my shulker boxes real quick. And try not to drown. So come on, you know the drill. It's loot, pillage, then burn. No, just kidding. Alright, and if my guess is, correct, there should be a doorway somewhere on here with at least one more treasure chest in it. Or maybe that was it. You know what? I'm doing this the dumb way. I should be doing it the smart way, right? Need some kind of illumination down there. Because thankfully, oh, hey, there it is. The other treasure chest that I knew had to be around here somewhere, but still, it'd be a lot easier to spot all this stuff if, you know, you actually had it. Yeah, I'll take those books. And probably another copy of that exact same buried treasure map that we already have 2 copies of, if my guess is correct. Let me see here. Where's this? Yeah. Yep. These are all the exact same map. But no, paper goes where? Okay. Let's try this shulker box. Yeah, we're just gonna load up. Yeah, we're not planning on salvaging this one. But we'll just put these buried treasure maps here real quick and back up to the surface. Good heavens, why does this thing have to sink in such deep water? But that's 2 treasure chests right there that we found. And there should be a 3rd one. Let me see. Yep, the exact same. And, oh, hi, Mr. Drowned. You want a piece of me, huh? Do you? Yeah, that's right. Well, guess what? You're gonna get the whole thing. Ha! Okay, that's 2 treasure chests, and there's treasure chest number 3, which has loot. Apparently this person was on Santa's naughty list. And, you know, I think I'm gonna just leave the rest of this stuff in here for somebody else to find. It's not really worth the time, you know, and effort of actually plundering this. I know, I'm being a lousy pirate if I'm not even plundering some stuff. Okay. And time to pick up my shulker boxes. And anyways, I'm gonna see you guys when I get back to the main base at Beinbrechsburg on Torfmoor. Okay, we finally made it back to our base. Oh, and for hopefully the last time, guess who was a complete idiot and accidentally left their shulker box with all the materials that they got from the shipwreck that they previously looted at the second shipwreck that they decided to raid. That's right. This idiot right here. Yeah, I've been really batting him out of the park today. Huh. Anyways, I'm figuring on building yon ship at this pier right here. Not in this narrow section. This narrow section is for like gonna be for like really small boats, like, you know, the ones the player can ride. And of course, it's getting dark. Always gets dark as soon as I decide to, you know, record the next segment of my video. So hang on. Yeah, I had another wandering trader show up the other day. Unfortunately, his trades are all basically crap. So, oh well. But yeah, let's get our materials out. I will say one thing though that was good about having to go back and search for that shipwreck so that I could actually find the shulker box. Yeah, this shulker box right here. Is I found an underwater stronghold outside the world border, and I got a lot of loot from it. Like, yeah, I got some enchanted books. I got like 4 stacks of bookcases, among other things, and a whole bunch of regular books and various other things, including bunch of these gems that I can use for trading at the place over in, you know, Spawn Town, which is over that way. Or actually more like over that way somewhere. So yeah, let's get our shulker boxes lined up here that we might need. Now, one of the things that I noticed with the design, I was double checking the blueprints and looking at my screenshots for a while to figure out how I want to do this, is that these shipwreck boats have really shallow draft for the amount of freeboard they have, which probably explains why so many of them ended up capsizing and or sinking. So I'm going to actually modify the design a bit to give it a bit more draft. It's going to be about the keel, the bottom of the keel is going to be 3 blocks under the surface here, which might mean I have to break some of this kelp, but oh well. Anyways, without further ado, let's try to, and we're also going to have to try to figure out, which is, and of course I forgot my crafting table, him. Yeah, totally prepared here. There we go. So yeah, and of course I'm going to be using the not spruce, birchwood planks for the gangplank for this boat here. Hopefully that'll be enough. But the idea is, let's see, these boats, if I remember correctly, are about 17 blocks long. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we're going to have to build it all the way back here. I was kind of hoping to be able to maybe put 2 of them at this pier, but might not be such a good idea. Actually, yeah, we could probably do it. Just have them start like back here or whatever. But I'll figure that out here, and I'll see you once I get at least the boat started. And I'm going to try to not repeat them. Boy, that was really jerky there. I'm going to try to not repeat. Excuse me. Yeah, like I said, I've got a bit of a cold. But anyways, I'm going to try to not repeat the mistake I made with this thing where I built it like one block too close to the pier, and then I had to destroy everything underwater, move it over by one block, and then rebuild the whole thing. So yeah, gonna do some quick calculations, and like I said, I'll get right back to you. Okay, if my calculations serve me correct, this should be the height of the main deck right here, which would mean this gangplank is where the side of the boat should be, or should meet up with the side of the boat. Although I'm actually thinking it might be better to, you know, have it like half a block lower than the side, like it's, you know, like basically like what I did over here, probably look better. So I might actually bring it back by one. Yeah, exactly like that one right there. Especially considering there's a fence post on top of the deck. With, like, you know, well, there's a gap in the post, but I'm going to be adding a fence gate to it. So yeah, this should be where it's at. So the side of the boat should be right there. So I'm going to do some more calculations, and I'll get back to you. Well, actually, before I do that, one thing I did find out is that, unfortunately, due to the way that this thing's made out of slabs, is I had to cut the plank, you know, the slabs out of this thing here in order to get this to, you know, actually fit, because you can't stack different types of slabs. So what I had an idea to do to add a little bit of extra detail to the dock, and to, you know, make it possible to add additional boats in the future, because like I said, I should be able to fit another similar sized boat to the other side of the dock at some point, is just cut out the planks that are, or actually add another layer of planks below this, so it looks like, you know, you got some cross supports here, and I think that looks pretty good. So I need to make a whole bunch more spruce slabs, but anyways, I'll get back to you guys once I get done with that. Alright, I think we've got this done up to the water line with my slight modifications. Basically what I've done is essentially raised the floor by one, and I even added some, you know, bilges of some water in the bottom. But this is where the portholes would normally be, but as you can see, that would not work too well on a real ship. You know, the water would be getting in every time the ship took a roll or whatever. So what I'm doing here is I'm essentially doubling the layer here to give it, you know, a bit more depth. So anyways, I'll see you guys when I get this whole thing worked out. Okay, this thing is, if you'll pardon the pun, starting to really look ship shape. As you can see, I even added some hatches to keep the water out. And I also added ladders to the cargo hold doors, so you can like either open like all the hatches for loading cargo, or batten them down and only use the center hatch for climbing in and out. And I've added lanterns to light the interior, you know, so mobs don't spawn. Of course, I've placed the chests back where they were originally. Might do some more modifications, but for now, I think we're doing pretty good. So, time to finish this thing up, hopefully, soon. Alright. Alright, we have reconstructed the hulk, floating and properly lit with some additional interior design and amenities at our pier. I mean, granted, looking at the size of this thing now that's finished, I'm kind of doubting we can actually fit a second one of these at the pier, but we might be able to dock like a smaller boat back here once we figure out a good design. And eventually I want to convert this into like a what they call a screw frigate. It's an early type of steam powered ship. This basically a converted sailing ship. But unfortunately this episode is already kind of ran over time. So until next time. Well, I originally intended to end the episode on that last bit, I just couldn't leave this ship project unfinished, especially after it turned out that just the part with building the shelters for the world border and other portals ended up taking up an entire episode just by itself. So after having a good sleep and then thinking about it a bit, I came up with a few modifications. Well, actually some major modifications to the basic design of the original Shipwreck, which I think improved it a lot. Like, first of all, I lengthened the hull by 6 blocks, which I think makes it look a lot more proportional, don't you? And I also completely redid this aft cabin section with the poop deck. And yes, any raised aft deck on a ship, even modern ones, is referred to as a poop deck. I know, insert immature giggling. But anyways, yeah, I also added, as you can see, some smokestacks and some boilers, which I'll show you in a minute. And to go with the boilers, I added some propellers and the shafts connecting the propellers. I think turned out pretty good, all things considering. So yeah, this thing here is officially a steam-powered ship. It's what they'd call a steam frigate. It's a type of like early to mid to even late 1800s type of steam-powered ship. Like, they were commonly used by both sides during the American Civil War. But yeah, this here is supposed to be this circle stone brick with the lamp on top of it. It's supposed to be a like anchor windlass or capstan used for like, you basically spool rope on it and use it for like either lifting stuff up via the mast, like with like a little crane thing, or put the anchor chain around and weigh the anchor and all that. And I came up with a better design for the cargo doors, better placements with the new lengthened part of the ship. And you see you got the smokestacks and everything here, but also came with this nice little helm for navigating the ship. This I was at first at a loss of what to use, but then I hit upon it with, it was like, oh yeah, the new cartography tables match the dark oak planks in texture and color, and they got like the little globe and the compass and maps. So it's perfect, like for the helm on a ship. And this is supposed to be an engine order telegraph. I wanted to make it do like ring like a bell sound every time you flip the lever, which is like what the actual engine order telegraphs did. Essentially what it was is a electromechanical device that would relay you'd set it to a position. You can't really do that with this lever, but on actual ships you'd set it to a position like full ahead, full astern, all stop, which would be in the middle, and there'd be a pointer that would be controlled by where this is set that would show up down in the main engine room. And usually they do it like twice, like forward and back, and then set it to because it'd ring a bell down the engine room and to get the attention of the engineer. So Yeah, but anyways, like I said, this is the main deck, and in here we have the crew cabin. And yes, I decided to use U.S. Navy compartment designation codes just because, you know, I used to be in the Navy and everything, and I thought it would be kind of funny. But anyway, since it's dark, I think I'll just sleep in this bunk here real quick. Yeah, and as you can see, the boilers come up through the deck. Sorry about that, my voice is kind of going out. But yeah, the boilers come up through the deck and, you know, go up to the smokestacks or funnels up above. And I guess, you know, it would make for a really hot environment in the, like, summer, but during the winter time it would be great because, you know, ships always tend to run a bit cold because of the ocean breeze and the water. And so the extra heat would definitely be appreciated during the winter time. And down here, we have the wireless room with this wireless telegraph station, which is just a note block that you can bang out some Morse code on. Let's see. Yeah, I just sent out a distress signal. But yeah, I also added this jukebox for, like, you know, be like additional shipboard communication stuff, plus to give me something to do with these music discs that have been slowly accumulating. And then back through this door here is the main engine room. We've got some coal bunkers and the boilers. You know, throw some more coal in the fire, stoke them up good. And I really like how the blast furnaces look, you know, to kind of give it that industrial boilerly feel. And I have like these, you know, end rods to give it a more like technical look for the lighting and everything. And this, you know, ladder wall just leads up into the crew berthing space. And then forward of the wireless room, if I can get in here, is the main cargo hold. And like I said, you can just open up all these for loading in large, bulky cargo. Or if you just want to climb up, you can just, you know, open this hatch. But yeah, these portholes function. I mean, I have thought about putting like dispensers in here so you can open them up and then fire like arrows or rockets out of them. But I think for now this is just going to be a peaceful cargo ship. And you know, we've got some additional crew, you know, berthing space up in the forward part of the cargo hold. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is for the interior ship. Oh yeah, and I added some functional semi-functional looking bilges to the ship for, you know, pumping out any water that gets in. So yeah, it's definitely a lot more seaworthy than it was when I was, you know, we originally found it. And one of the things that gave me the biggest problem was figuring out how to do these masts, particularly the crow's nest. I mean, this lower crow's nest here with a big platform based on the one that's on the end ship actually looks pretty decent. But the top ones being that big were just, it was just too much. And then I finally came upon this idea of using carefully placed spruce trapdoors for the sides of the crow's nest. And I think it looks really awesome. Plus, if I jump out of the crow's nest and go, you know, work on the yard arm, you know, I can actually get back into the crow's nest just by doing that. And I can even, you know, jump from one to the other, you know, like the swashbuckling, you know, sailor movies and stuff. But yeah, above this top crow's nest here, have the wireless telegraph antenna, which is actually based on some early, you know, radio transmitter and receiver antennas from back in the day. And I really like how the end rods kind of work with the iron bars, so I can make this like fancy antenna design and have it adequately lit up here. Plus, you know, provide like a elytra or a warning light, you know, since we don't have any aircraft other than the elytra. So yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how this ship turned out, you know, in its final form. Of course, there's only one thing left to do. Ship needs a name, and considering this server is owned by a Swedish guy, and this is a shipwreck that we salvaged and, you know, returned to the land of the living, there's really only one appropriate name. It's like, yes, history nerd level, over 9,000 here, but I'm going to call this steam frigate here Steam Frigate. Let's see, what should I use for my whole classification code for ships, like USS or HMS or whatever? I think we'll call this the Federal Ship Vasa, named after a real-life Swedish ship that set sail in the 17th century, early 17th century, and sank on its maiden voyage, and then was raised and put in a museum in the 1970s, I think it was. So yeah, anyways, now that our ship has a name, and yeah, of course, probably could have figured that out, you know, that it'd have to do some kind of Scandinavian thing with all the Kalmar Union flags that I have on it from Jomsborg. But yeah, anyways, now that's done for real this time. This is DJ Bonebreaker signing off.